Tonight, talks stalled again between the government and the Saskatchewan Teachers Federation.
Class size and complexity will not be in the provincially bargained contract.
Also, steps towards prevention. Smith Cree Nation unveils a new alert app to help the community. Plus, what's the secret to a good marriage? This couple says it's in neck bones.
This is CBC Saskatchewan News.
It is Wednesday, February 14th, and the CBC Saskatchewan News starts right now. Good evening and thank you for watching. Negotiations between teachers and the government have broken down. That means the momentary pause in job action from Saskatchewan teachers is coming to an end. Shalok Shalati has the latest.
Saskatchewan teachers will resume job action on Friday. In this case, that means more rotating strikes and withdrawal of the noon hour supervision. It follows a breakdown in negotiations Tuesday night. The STF says they want classroom complexity on the table. The government refuses, but it is offering more than $50 million to tackle class complexity. But that offer was made outside of the bargaining process.
I think what you're seeing is, this is, we're putting forward our promise and our word, and we're committed to that. And so, it was disappointing, though, for union leadership to not even sign that.
But the Teachers Federation says they can't rely on offers made outside of the bargaining process.
There is no dispute resolution if government were not to hold up their side of the agreement. So essentially, it's an agreement with no accountability. And that's what they have been doing all along. It's saying, hey, we're going to do this, trust us.
The STF is accusing the province of walking away from the bargaining table. The government says it was the other way around. Both sides have said they're ready to come back to the table, but with conditions. A political science professor at the University of Saskatchewan says other provinces have achieved this. That language exists around classroom complexity in bargaining agreements.
Having it in the contract makes it more concrete. It makes it more predictable. It makes it more stable. We know that this is going to be worked upon. Now, any negotiator at the table should be able to find language, I would think, in ways that could alleviate some of these ambiguities.
The province has maintained class sizes and complexity is a school division responsibility. The opposition says the onus is on Sask Party to get back to the table.
This requires goodwill, it requires good faith, and it requires sitting down and being willing to bargain.
At this point, there's no update on further negotiations. On Friday, teachers will pull noon hour supervision. Teachers in 4 school associations in North Battleford and Prince Albert will also begin rotating strikes that day. Shlok Talati, CBC News, Regina.
Smith Cree Nation has a new way of notifying its members about emergencies. A community alert system comes 2 weeks after the coroner's inquest into the stabbing massacre at the First Nation. Pratush Dayal has the details.
Nearly a year and a half after Canada's worst mass stabbing, steps are being taken towards prevention. In 2022, 11 people were killed and 17 injured at Smith Cree Nation in nearby Ouellette. Today, the First Nation has released a new emergency alert system.
It's a peer-to-peer communications app.
It's called First Alerts, and it's a new feature on Talking Stick, an anonymous chat app. With it, First Nations leaders can issue alerts about missing people, warn about grass or forest fires, and issues of public safety. It's an addition to the community's 24-hour security force.
To provide another level of safety and security for our membership, because we can respond, in real time to immediate threats within the community.
The app was created by Tricycle Data Systems in partnership with the Federation of Sovereign Indigenous Nations. 8 of the recommendations from the coroner's inquest into the Smith Cree Nation massacre focus on community safety measures. Leaders say an alert system like this could have saved lives that day.
I'm feeling hopeful. I think any opportunity that can come forth to create more of a safe feeling in our communities, that will help.
So this is the first step in what we like to think is alert sovereignty, controlling the message, which hasn't been provided before. So we're really hoping that it'll take the more communities that adopt, the better this collective safety is for everybody.
First Alerts makes James Smith Cree Nation the first community of its kind in Saskatchewan. Leaders will be able to send safety notices directly to people. There are hopes the emergency alert system will expand in future to be used across Canada and North America. Pratish Dayal, CBC News, James Smith Cree Nation.
A happy update on a story we brought you about a Saskatchewan woman who was forced to undergo dialysis far from home. Maureen McBratney suffered kidney failure last year, but with a Saskatchewan health card, she couldn't be treated in Flin Flon, Manitoba, which is just 20 minutes from her home. For months, she's been receiving dialysis in Saskatoon. But now, a deal between the two provinces means McBratney finally gets to go home.
They sent the plane and doctor and whoever, and they brought us down here. Managed to save my life, literally, and got me on dialysis. Apparently I responded well to the point where eventually I was told I was being discharged and that I could go home. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out because I have a Saskatchewan health card and the hospital I would go to is in Manitoba, and the borders were closed to everybody, dialysis patients, which I found very bizarre, to say the least, because that's where my family physician's office is. That's where I get my blood tests. That's where I get x-rays. I can get everything else there except dialysis. So then it was, now what do we do?
It's not our place. Yeah. Our place, we were both born in Flin Flon, in the general hospital. We've both been there throughout our whole lives. All our medical records are in that place.
And through lots of back and forth meetings and phone calls and discussions, emails and everything else, they managed to get the Flin Flon Hospital declared a Saskatchewan satellite site. And I was ecstatic until she said, except there's only one spot and you're not getting it. Apparently it goes to the person in the region that's been on dialysis the longest, and there was 2 people ahead of me. She called me on the Monday and saying, I did not want to wait till Thursday to tell you they've opened up a second spot, you're in. Might have to take a minute. I think we both cried for about 15 or 20 minutes. And then it was, now we have to phone our kids. It was hard. It was long. Not gonna lie, shed more than one tear. But it's over. Now we're on the countdown. I have 10 more sleeps and I'm out of here. You know, like, and that's exciting for me. Like, I can't wait to get on the road to go home.
The Saskatchewan Roughriders made a splash in free agency yesterday. 6 fresh faces will join the roster. This includes 2-time East Division All-Star running back AJ Ouellette. Today, he made his first appearance as a member of the Green and White. Ouellette was 4th in the CFL in rushing in 2023 while playing for the Grey Cup champion Toronto Argonauts. He wore number 34 while with the Argos. He'll wear 45 with the Riders in respect to Hall of Fame running back George Reed.
Kind of knew of George from last year, and you know the legend that he was through the league, and how great he was in the community, and how much the community and the league respected him.
Free agency did continue today across the CFL, but the Riders didn't add any new names after yesterday's flurry of signings. A little bit of sunshine over the Queen City today, but she was cooler out there. We are seeing a little dip in the temperature, but it's not going to last very long. As we roll toward the back half of the week, Ethan will be back with your forecast after the break. Stay with us. A major winter snowstorm is pounding parts of Atlantic Canada for the second time in less than 2 weeks. Warnings are in effect for much of Newfoundland and coastal Labrador. Heavy snowfall and high winds have closed schools, universities, and government offices. Up to 60 centimeters is expected in the northeastern part of the island, including the St. John's area. And storm warnings remain in effect in parts of Nova Scotia. 35 centimeters of fresh snow had fallen by this morning in Cape Breton and Halifax area. Some schools are shut down and delays and cancellations were reported at the Halifax airport. Today's storm comes less than 2 weeks after previous nor'easter dumped up to 150 centimeters on parts of Cape Breton, which of course prompted a local state of emergency.
This weather update is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz Regina, proud member of the Capital Automotive Group.
And our weather specialist, Ethan Williams, joins me now. I can't help but wonder when it's going to be our turn to get winter.
Yeah, it kind of feels like sooner rather than later we're due for something, right? For now, though, not a whole lot of snow in the province, just a little bit around Saskatoon today. And you have been seeing that kind of on and off here and there. It dropped visibility near a kilometer at some points a little bit earlier today. But that is starting to break away in that part of the province. For the rest of us, seeing a mostly sunny day, including here in the Queen City through much of northern Saskatchewan. And that system that was bringing sort of that snow to the area around Saskatoon today has picked up winds a little bit, especially in eastern sections. We were seeing those gusts close to 40, but those starting to diminish at this hour now. The next story becomes the cold, especially in far northern Saskatchewan. We're seeing temperatures down near -30 overnight tonight. We actually have extreme cold warnings just on the other side of the border in Manitoba. For south and central Saskatchewan, our temperatures have dropped in between -10 and -15. You see the front here. There's that low that brought through the snow to Saskatoon, and some warmer conditions on the other side of this, but colder into northern sections of the province. So again, around -30 with temperatures tonight in the far north, -40 feeling like with the wind chills. Not quite cold enough for extreme cold warnings in that part of the province. We could see wind chills near -30 in Saskatoon and central Saskatchewan tomorrow, or overnight tonight rather, and then heading into tomorrow and Friday, a little bit of a cooler day, but there will be some warmer weather on the other side of that. We are also looking at that snow moving southward, dying off, though, as it reaches Regina and the Trans-Canada corridor. Still could see some flurries at times here and there overnight tonight before high pressure clears out a good portion of the province as we head into the weekend. Some lingering cloud cover for the far north as we head into Saturday. Not that much more snow expected, though, along that Trans-Canada corridor. About a centimeter expected for places like Swift Current and Moose Jaw, but that's about the extent of the snow that we are going to see. Winds should be lighter tomorrow. Heading into Friday, though, that's when we start to see things pick up a little bit again, especially in the southern part of the province. Some gusts close to 50 in that region. For Regina, the cold front moving through means our temperatures drop back to around -12 for a high tomorrow. But then you see after that moves on by, we see a steady warm up, although a breezy couple of days. And then things stay above average as we head into next week, but that cloud cover starts to build back in. For Saskatoon, a daytime high of -13. Normal for this time of year is around -6. Overnight low down to around -22, but things quickly warming up Friday, Saturday. Almost complete sunshine for the weekend, so it'd be very nice to get outside. And then as we head into next week, pretty much near seasonal, a little bit of cloud cover starting to move back in for Tuesday, Wednesday. A couple of nights below -20, Sam. It's been a while since we've seen that.
All right. Thanks, Ethan.
You bet.
Stay with us. We're back after the break. Spending time together on your own without the kids. That's one of Chester Knight's biggest tips to maintaining a solid marriage. On this day, 25 years ago, the Cree country singer from Muscadet First Nation proposed to his love, Brenda. She's from Onion Lake. And after all this time, the couple has a secret recipe for a happy life. CBC Indigenous reporter Janelle Henry drove in to find out what it is.
Put the neck bones in here, and I'm going to be making it just like how my mom taught us how to make it. Aww.
This is a house full of love, music,
Yes, I know there are things.
and good food.
Sausage in on.
Would cook for the feast. And these two love necking.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I did.
Just kidding. They love neck bones. Roasted to be specific.
Can you taste the onion soup mix on there?
I don't know. I don't think so. I can't tell the difference, honestly. All I know is it's good.
You're not supposed to taste it.
Then I made it right.
At the dinner table, they share stories about their food
Good human being.
and their family.
Yeah, so I'm really blessed that I have such a wonderful wife, such a wonderful cook.
So like, when you guys, how long have you been together?
Never mind. I wonder if you really
Singing hits like Love Me Strong has taken Chester Knight across the continent.
know what you think.
His wife Brenda is sometimes right there with him, but they met closer to home some time ago.
I love you. So we were working together for a long time. How many years did we work together before? You put your medicine on me.
It was like 7 years.
7 years. And I love how I love that Indian girl.
They've been loving each other strong ever since.
It actually did happen. I went to Sundance and I've seen her. I couldn't see her anywhere. And all of a sudden I seen this beautiful woman. It just took my breath away because she had that, what do you call that thing you're wearing? Crown. And her face was so beautiful. But as I got closer, I realized I was looking at Brenda.
Oh, it's just Brenda.
No, I thought Brenda is so beautiful. But I never seen her like that before, all, you know, with her regalia on and everything like that. It's safe.
So does he have any nice qualities?
Yeah, he does. He is really thoughtful. Like, you know, like if he'll go to the store, he'll come back and bring me my favorite things, you know? So, yeah. And when he's on stage, he'll say, buy CDs. I gotta buy my wife cheese and chips. Cheese and Pepsi.
I say that on stage.
Brenda and Chester are partners not only in life, but also in business. And it's a community favorite.
What's your memories with necklaces?
Oh, those are the best.
I love neck bones. Do you like neck bones?
Oh yeah, I like them boiled, roasted, barbecued.
Barbecue?
Yeah.
I've never had barbecue.
No? Oh yeah, that's good.
Brenda is the chef. And this is where they prep for the Chester Knights Bannock Bistro.
Growing up, my dad used to make this soup too. But there's no hunters in my family, so just like Brenda's, it was made with pork. At that age, I wasn't a fan. The lucky recipients of Brenda's neckbone soup today is the Gordon Oaks Red Bear Student Center. They get lunch catered every week. Hoagie ma, some might say, which actually means holy ever good. And it is good. Because for students from remote First Nations who move here for school, Brenda and her food makes them feel closer to home.
Yeah, good shot of the neck bones, yeah.
Today we got the special honor of getting neck bone soup, a delicacy.
For real, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's your memories of neck bones?
Neck bones, I grew up eating neck bones. It just reminds me of being home with the family, sitting on the floor with my cousins, eating neck bones, fighting for the biggest pieces.
Oh, right there, brother. Right there already? Uh-huh, I saw it, yeah. It was waiting for you. Knew you were coming. Those bones better be squeaky clean, bro.
To always see Brenda coming in, and she's always like a smiling face too. Like to even have that sense of love, and just knowing that they put that into the circumbantic all the time.
A good one.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, so what we're gonna do is serve.
And she's absolutely right. The secret ingredient is love.
Alrighty, anyone want beef vegetable here? Beef vegetable? No, we're going for neck bone. Everyone's going for neck bone.
Okay, I'm going in with my hands. That's just what you gotta do. Boy, I'm lucky. So, do you guys normally like celebrate Valentine's Day?
Duh. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Teasing is a big part of the relationship too. But after so many years together with a big blended family of 7 kids with kids of their own, their jibes at each other land pretty softly.
But Chester did start off with doing like simple little things, you know. But something would happen, and I'd move him to another thing. Like first it was a grill, and then a deep fryer, and then I tried the till. So now he's just a greeter.
Why did you tell that story?
Whether the gig is picking up a guitar or picking up a ladle, whether it's on the road and on tour or in the kitchen, they're gonna keep doing it together.
Thanks to Janelle Henry for that piece. We're now all hungry, and Ethan will leave you with one last look at your weather.
Oh, man, yeah, food like that, comfort food, warm food, perfect for a night like this. -11 in Regina with some flurries at midnight, but by tomorrow morning, that temperature dropping to near -20. We'll see some clearing, though, but the wind chill close to -30. Not all that unusual for this time of year, but for this year it certainly has been. Still feeling like -24 by the noon hour with a bit of wind. Even colder in Saskatoon, -17 with clearing skies for you by midnight tonight. Chilly, -24 tomorrow morning, feeling like -31 as those clouds clear away. We see a mostly sunny day with temperatures near -16, still feeling near -20. That's about the best we'll do temperature-wise tomorrow, Sam.
That's cold.
Yeah, it sure is.
Thanks, Ethan.
You bet.
That is it for us tonight. For news anytime, head to our website. You can subscribe to the CBC Saskatchewan YouTube channel or download the CBC News app. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night and happy Valentine's Day.